Related to that worksheet from Friday.
I don't remember the worksheet from Friday.
Wait, is this new or something we've already done?
It's very close to something we've done. It's close to chapter 10. Okay, chapter 12 and chapter 10 are very closely related. All right, in chapter 10, Draven, put that away. Okay, in chapter 10 we learned how to factor this. You guys, shh, hush. How did we factor this?
Factor.
3x squared to the third.
No. Not simplified, factor.
Oh, x.
X
squared.
Goes into 3.
Close.
Goes into 4 that adds up to 3.
Yeah, it's what multiplies into negative 4 that adds up to 3.
Plus 4 negative 1.
Okay. Allison said plus 4 and negative 1. Okay. 2 and negative 2, those multiply to negative 4, but do they add up to 3? No. 4 and negative 1, those multiply to negative 4. Do they add up to 3? Yes. So that's how it worked. Alright, now this chapter, the problem is going to look like, that was chapter 10, this is chapter 12. What is the difference?
There's
Has an equals.
Has an equals. What do you think that's going to change if there's an equal sign in it?
It equals 0.
You want whatever multiplies into 0. Which step? What?
Okay, if it's an equation, if there's an equal sign in it, we can figure out what x values make that work. So we're solving. Okay, the way that we're going to solve is almost identical to chapter 10. We're going to factor, usually. So I already factored this, so I'm not going to go through that again. But okay, now this times this equals 0, right?
Yeah.
If two things multiply to get 0, what must be true about one of these things?
Negative.
No.
If they add together.
If this times this equals 0, what must be true about one of these
One
things?
of them has to equal 0.
Exactly. One of them has to be 0.
X minus
So how do you multiply to get 0? You have to have 1 0, right?
So x minus 1 is 0.
Oh.
Okay. What x values would make this factor 0?
Negative or 1.
Positive 1. Because what's 1 minus 1?
0.
0. So positive 1 is a possible answer. What x value would make this factor equal 0?
Negative 4.
Negative 4, because negative 4 plus 4. So you guys get it? You kind of just do the opposite. So negative 4 would make this 0. And like any equation, we could plug it back into the original and see if it worked. Like, does negative 4 squared, which is 16, plus 3 times negative 4 minus 4, does that equal 0? Yes, it does.
Couldn't you just change one of them to equal 0 since if you
Right.
multiply it by 0?
Yeah, so once you put a 1 in for this x, it doesn't matter what this is, because if this is 0, 0 times whatever this is still 0. But also negative 4 would work. If negative 4 plus 4 is 0, it doesn't matter what this is. So there's two possible answers on most of these.
Do we need to write both?
Yeah, both answers.
Is this for number 1?
No, I just made that one up.
Number 2 is.
Okay, number 1, the good news on number 1 is that they factored for us. Because they were nice.
Number 1 and number 2.
Yeah, well, the first section they factored.
Positive 2, negative 4. Well, looks like why it's starting.
Okay, looks like why it started. Well, we've got some tricks coming up that we haven't talked about yet, but yeah. What x values would make this 0, 2, and negative 4? Does everybody see where those two came from?
Is this supposed to be easy?
Yeah, it does get harder, but yes, it starts easy.
No.
The next one just be 0
Yeah, good job. Okay, but I think I want to ask somebody specifically.
Uh-oh.
Well, okay, Wyatt did the first one. Who else wants to try? Draven? I saw your finger go up.
2Z.
Okay, the question, so this times this equals 0, right? So what z value would make this equal 0? Draven? -7. Okay, but also, there's a z out here. So what could we plug in for this z to make all this equal 0?
I don't know.
Okay, Kinsey said, yeah. Kinsey said it already.
How would it be
0.
0?
2 times 0 is 0.
Because what's 2 times 0?
0.
0. So when there's a z or an x on the outside, 0 will be an answer. You guys got that?
Sir, yes, sir.
Mr. Brennan, can I read the word answer?
There's going to be 3 answers on number 5. Most of these have 2 answers, but
It's
Oh,
yeah, we haven't talked about everything yet. Okay, Leah says no. Hallie, what do you think? Okay, what x value would make this factor 0? Shh, boys. +10. This one, -1. And this guy out here, 0.
Are y'all cheating? I heard someone else say 0 that was not.
Okay, if there's an x on the outside, 0 is an answer. Because 8 times 0 is 0. 0 times whatever this is 0. Hey, number 7 has a new trick. It's on 6 and 8 as well.
What is? Oh, there's X.
Okay, what is different? Can you guys tell what's different about 7? What makes this one trickier?
There's a number next to the letter.
There's a number next to the letter. So I can't just plug in like -1 right here. Because 4 times -1 plus 1, that's not 0. So what am I going to do? What to do? No. Okay, so basically what I want to happen is I want 4b plus 1, all of that to equal 0.
So, 4 times something equals
4 times something plus 1, we want that to equal 0.
4.
So how can I figure out what this something needs to be?
4 times -4.
Minus
Wait,
the
no,
1,
I'm tripping.
and then
I can use algebra and solve this for b.
-1 divided by 4. Or, yeah. Is it -1/4?
That's, it doesn't equal 0 though.
Yeah, it's -1/4.
And then it would be
Where should I put my answer?
negative.
Okay, same thing with this other guy. 3b plus 2 equals 0.
Should be
You guys know what this one's going to be?
-2 would be.
Okay, see how these have weird answers, like fractions? Alright, you could do this every time, but there is a faster way.
Okay. Let's see it.
You just have to recognize the pattern.
1/4 and 2/3. Oh, that's easy.
Okay, you guys see the pattern?
Yeah.
So, let me cover this 4 up. If it was b plus 1, what would the answer have been? -1. But now it's -1/4.
Oh,
This one is -2/3. What do you think would happen if I change that plus to a minus right there?
2/3.
Be +2/3.
So that's easy.
Okay. So what I did at the beginning was like the long way, but you don't really have to do that if you know the pattern. So number 6 has one of these and number 8 has 2 of those. You guys see it?
Yeah,
Okay, on number 9, they were not so kind because they did not factor it for us. So we're gonna have to factor it ourselves.
for what?
Okay.
3 and 3.
Right. This is the normal 3-term factoring y and y. What multiplies into 9 that adds up to 6? 3 and 3. Multiply into 9, add up to 6. What y value makes these factors 0?
-3.
-3. Now, can -3 be an answer twice? No, not really. It's just one answer. If it's one answer that's used twice, it's called a double root. We don't really need to know that though. But number 9 only has one answer. Okay, number 11.
Is it x minus 3 and then x minus
Plus.
3?
Okay, do you guys remember square minus a square?
No.
So,
Oh, it's just the exact
We
opposite.
can-
So it's x minus 3 and x plus 3.
yeah.
Right. Some of you remember. A square minus a square. A square is something that has a nice square root. The square root of this is x. The square root of this is 3. So they said x minus 3, x plus 3, which is correct. Okay. I don't really care on this assignment if you copy down the question, but once we get to number 10, you need to start showing your factoring work. You have to show this stuff. Like, I don't care about this because you don't really do anything with that, but I do care about this. So what x values are going to make this equal 0?
-3.
-3,
-3.
positive 3. You guys remember the fast way to write that?
3. Or plus 3 and
Plus or minus 3.
I wrote it.
You don't have to write it that way, but all the cool kids do.
Oh, what is that? Plus, minus, oh, okay.
Bro. We just went over
Hey,
this.
shut up.
Sunburn.
Easy, gentle.
Yeah, 'cause I go outside.
Bro, I live outside. Try again.
I don't know.
Luke uses sunscreen because he's a responsible
Hey, no, it's not actually. I'm
citizen.
Indian.
I'm
I
just
don't
kidding.
burn. I just tan.
I'm pretty sure you could burn.
I burn.
It's
once
hard
a
for
year.
him.
It's hard for ask me to go to my face. It's hard for me to burn. I just tan.
Dude, you're so cool.
It's a lot better than having a skin peel.
Allison, have you ever had a sunburn?
Dude,
Pop
Have I asked you
I'm
this
Indian
already?
too, but
Huh?
Did I ask you this already?
Dude, you're mad black than Indian.
Yeah, you
Or
are.
not shouldn't burn at all.
Okay,
Oh,
anyways.
you got
Bad
bloodline.
genes, bro.
Yeah, I know. Dude, I got like 18 European countries.
That's why you tan.
It like cancels out.
That's why you. No, it does not. Y'all live in the rain. Y'all never even get the sun on you.
In the what?
The rain. If you're European, it's cloudy and raining there.
I'm not from Europe.
Well, you got the blue.
I'm not native to you too.
You burn.
I
Okay,
don't know. Well, it cancels out.
guys, let's move on. So 13 is kind of like number 9, right? It's got the 3 terms. So what multiplies into 36?
6.
Okay, it could be like 6 and -6, but do those add up to 5?
No.
What else goes into 36?
9 and 4.
9 and 4. Could those add up to 5?
9 and -4. Yeah.
If 4 is negative. And we do need a negative because this is a negative 36. So yeah, those do add up to 5, so yeah. Now remember though, that's not the answer.
That's just
That's kind of the opposite of the answer.
-9 and 4.
Right. The opposite of those is actually the answer. -9 and +4 are what make that equal 0.
find this.
Yeah.
Keep watching the odds and you're about to find out.
He's talking about something else.
No, I'm talking about number 12, negative 225.
Oh, well, 12 is like number 11. That's a square minus a square. So you need to find the square roots, the square root of 225.
13 and 13.
Yeah.
Can you put a square root in this thing? Actually, how do I?
Okay, 15, we have not done this one yet today. Does anybody, there's 3 ways of factoring. We did 3-term factoring, the common way. We did square minus a square. Does anybody remember the 3rd way to factor?
3 ways.
Take stuff out. Take stuff out. What can I take out of both of these terms? Okay, remember when you take something out, it's like you're dividing them by x. So what's this first term going to become?
X.
X minus,
Negative X.
what's x divided by x?
Negative 1.
1.
I'm confused. Can you feel my skin radiating?
X divided by x. No. That's how it factors. This is about to be it. What x values?
Oh.
What'd you do?
Oh,
no! Darn.
Yes.
Thanks, shut
There you
it
go,
off.
Draven. Oh,
Yes.
look how that messed up.
Mathematics.
Hey.
Wait, I don't know how you did that.
Okay, what goes into both of these?
X.
X comes out to the side. In parentheses, you put what's left after you divide these by x.
I have.
Okay. We'll do another one of those here in a second. What x values make these equal 0?
No, 1.
1 or
0.
0. You guys see where they got those from?
No.
But let's look at it, you'll probably figure it out.
X times 0 is 0. X 1 negative 1 plus 1 is 0. I figured it out.
Curl hair.
Okay, 17. Something is different on 17 though. What's-
To divide by 7.
What is different on this one that from every other problem we've done today?
Oh, dude.
No.
C squared equals, there's no, it's 7c, it says 0.
Okay,
So would it be 0?
does anybody know what the difference is between every other problem?
I hope it's yeah. There's no addition.
There's no.
Okay, listen. It doesn't equal 0. We need this to be 0 on this side because that's how we use the 0 trick. Like where we say, what makes this equal 0? We need this side to be a 0.
So we have to make it a 0.
So how do I make this side turn into a 0?
Times it, c is 0.
No.
Dude.
Oh,
Negative 7.
Subtract
I mean, wow.
7c.
So it.
Okay, on the right side, we're just going to get 0. Do these two mix?
No.
No, they do not.
And then you just take C out.
Then you take a c out. Right. At this point, it's just like number 15. A c can come out of both of those. We divide them both by c. We get c minus 7. So what are the two answers?
7 and 0.
7 and 0.
You just get my answer. I didn't brush it.
Well, you need a partner in your own business.
Okay, number 19 has a similar issue. Shh. Number 19 has a similar issue. How do I get, what do I do first?
Plus 16 to the 10x.
Right, I don't want this over here. To get rid of negative 16, we're gonna add 16.
So it's 5.
Are these gonna mix?
Oh, it's 6.
No, they're not. So the left side, we're just gonna kind of copy it down. The right side's here. Now it's kind of like number 9 again.
Subtract 16.
So no, it's time to factor.
X,
You can't take anything out. This is not take stuff out.
what times what equals 16?
It's 3-term factoring, just like we did at the beginning. So what goes into x squared, x times x. What goes into 16?
8 and 2.
4 and 4, 8 and 2. That adds up to negative 10. Negative 8 and negative 2.
So it's 8 and 2.
Alright, now which evens should we check? Number 6 maybe?
Yeah, I see what you.
Number 4.
6 and 18.
No, I'm not doing it, I'm checking it.
Oh, I didn't use 6.
Okay, to do number 6, you have to remember how we did number 7.
Isn't one of them a fraction though?
One of them is a fraction.